What is going on, guys? Hitmonchanning here, and today we are back with another deck tech. And now this one is going to be a bit more underwhelming than the Lunala Mega Mewtwo one. That one, I gotta say thank you guys so much. I got tons of positive feedback back from that, and over 300 views on a video. I only have, I think as of now, 6 subscribers. That is nuts for me. It's nothing compared to bigger YouTubers like PewDiePie, or, you know, them. But for me, that's awesome. I gotta thank you guys so much. And this one is more of a new concept or idea based around a card, rather than a card that worked well before. This is going to be almost entirely Sun and Moon based, and it's based off of Toucannon, or Toucannon, or Toucan Sam, whatever you want to say. So, main focus is his echoed voice. For a double colorless, 60, then next turn, does 60 more. Pretty simplistic. And then for Beak Blast for 100, you can do one more, colorless, and flip a coin if heads or opponent's active is now burned. But, so the whole idea of this deck is you're going to get your Toucannons up, you're going to get 1 DCE on them, and boom, you're just going to start applying heavy damage. So, to start off, we got 4 Pick-a-Peck, 4 Trumbeak, and 4 Toucannon. That brings us to 12 Pokemon. I'm going with 4 instead of 3 because I wanted this deck to be mainly based around Toucannon. And Toucannon, it's good because he has a pretty high HP count. I mean, granted it is a stage 2, but he has 140 HP. So that's pretty good. And if he's knocked out, only 1 prize, not 2. This is not a GX or an EX. So that's why that was kind of the whole inspiration. And we do have a Pokemon GX. We have Tauros-GX. And I thought this could be kind of your tank, in air quotations, while you're getting set up. Because then you can use your Mad Bull GX and just get rid of, not get rid of, but apply all that damage back onto them. And literally just obliterate whatever is there. Or you have Rage or the other stuff, Horn Attack. Whatever. So, Tauros is basically in there to have your GX attack, and Toucannon's the main focus. So, I'll come back to these Pokemon in a bit. Right now, we're going to go to the trainers. There are 36 trainers total in this deck, okay? So, we have 3, or here, get that into the frame. We have 3 Prof Sycamore, it's standard, 2 N. Now, I wanted to try and make most of these cards from Sun and Moon, so I put in 3 Kukui, because draw 2 cards and then added damage can give you that little bit of extra boost that you need to knock some Pokemon out. Like if you're facing a Toucannon, for example, you can knock that out. Or any other powerful stage 2s with Professor Kukui added onto echoed voice like next turn, that can be knocked out. Now we have 3 rare candies here. I have 3 because this is more optional to the player. If you want to switch out a Sycamore or Kukui for rare candy and have 4 to go for your lineup, perfect. Rare candy is just to get set up, that is really standard. Alright, next we got 2 Rotom decks. What Rotom decks does is lets you shuffle your prize cards into your deck and then draw. Rotom decks is going to be an extremely helpful card. I can say, like, in the meta, it's going to completely change up the game. In my opinion, I think this is better than Town Map. Because if you're looking for a card in your deck, and like you searched, let's say for example, you do Ultra Ball, and you're searching through. That doesn't have the card you need, but you find you have a Rotom Dex in your hand. Okay, that's perfect. You play let's say you have another Ultra Ball in your hand, okay? You don't do that, you play down the Rotom Dex, you shuffle it back, and then you can play your Ultra Ball again, and boom, get what you need. That's why Rotom Dex is there, and that's why we have 2, in case one is prized. If both are prized, then you're really out of luck. Alright, and next we have 4 Crushing Hammer. Now, some could be swapped out in place of other cards, like if you wanted to still keep the 3 Kukui, and then put in another rare candy, you can go with 3 Crushing Hammer. Crushing Hammer is purely for disruption, because where this deck is going to completely fall apart is if they get set up with theirs and you're not set up in time. That's why you're going to need these crushing hammers. That's why there's 4, so you can get them quickly. Right, let's go to the next page here. We have 3 Timer Ball. Timer Ball is flip 2 coins for each head. Search your deck for a... Oh my gosh, I can't read that. I'm just going to... For a evolution Pokemon. I am sorry that I could not read that here. I'll just move that back into the frame. So flip 2 coins for each head. Search your deck for an evolution Pokemon. Put it in your hand. Shuffle your deck afterwards. 3 of those. 3 Timer Ball, because if you think about it, there are a total of 6 No, not 6. Yeah, 6. What am I saying? Wait, hold on. Hold on. 3... 6 evolution Pokemon. Okay? No, 8. Give me 1 minute. I've got to scroll back up and count again. There's a total of 8 evolution Pokemon in this deck. So, Timer Balls are definitely going to be useful. And it lets you get more Pokemon out in 1 turn. And with one of these other cards here, Evo Soda, you're definitely going to be able to play those cards more quickly. We have 3 Nest Ball, looking for a basic. And it's not just a basic non-EX or non-GX. You can search for a GX too. So that basically you can just take your Tauros-GX if you really need it. You really got to take some damage and make them scared. You get the Nest Ball. Then Ultra Ball, it's Ultra Ball. It's go look and take what you need. And yeah, do your discards, whatever. We have 2 Switch. I'll get back to that in a moment. We have 4 Scorched Earth. I'll get back to that one in a moment as well. And we have Evo Soda. 2 Evo Soda. It's your standard for evolution lines. You need your Evo Soda. We also have 2 Professor's Letter. Professor's Letter, get your energy. That's it. That's all there is to it. Now for energy, we got 11 energies. 4 DCEs and 7 fighting. DCE is simple. That's what you're going to need on your Tauros. You can hit him with 1 attack. All your Toucannons are going to need him for 1 attack hits. But then you have fighting. We have 7 fighting energy in case you want to go for a Beak Blast or you can't find your DCE. Well, what do? Why is there fighting? That's why we got Scorched Earth. Scorched Earth is for, we're having 4 of them because you're going to need lots of stadiums. Because lots more decks now use stadiums than, I'm going to say previously. Like lots more decks now use Parallel City or Chaos Tower. Lots of decks utilize those. So you're going to need the 4 Scorched Earth to combat against that and to go against it and make sure the whole battle or whole match is in your favor. So 4 Scorched Earth because you can discard and draw 2. You can discard these energies once per turn and draw 2. So you can do that in hopes of getting a DCE if you really need to, which is really good. And I figured you're going to definitely need more than DCEs in this, or else there's no way that you can win if you have 4 DCEs. And I said I'd get back to this one, Switch. Switch. I don't know if you heard that. That was a snap because, you know, Nintendo Switch, right? But with Switch, that's because if you go up here and you take a look at their retreat costs. Okay. Pikipek and Trumbeak, 1. That's pretty good. That's 1 retreat cost. Both their attacks, out here, let's move into the frame. Both their attacks, 1 colorless energy. It's nothing special. But the thing is, you want your DCE on them as soon as possible. So you put on your DCE, but you have to retreat. You gotta discard that whole DCE and there's no real way of getting it back. Now, I'll get back into getting back DCEs in 1 second. With Toucannon, retreat cost is 2 colorless. 2 colorless, that's 1 DCE, there we go. And Tauros is 3 colorless. So you don't want to waste 3 energy on retreating a card. Because that's literally not what you're good. It's not good to do that. That's why you have your Switch, you're going to have 2, because rarely is there going to be a time where you're going to need to switch, because if you can get to Toucannon in a quick enough time, then I say you're golden. Because if you put down the Toucannon and you have your 140 HP. Now there's no healing or anything in this deck, so you really have to be resourceful. I'll get into optional trainers after this, but that's the thing. Toucannon has a high HP, 140. That's high. That granted, some things can one hit KO that. Like Mewtwo decks can one hit KO that, but other powerful GXs, some cannot. Like Lunology-GX, for example. It's Moongeist Beam or whatever, the defending Pokemon can't heal next turn. It's 120. It doesn't knock that out. If you end up going first and you get the Echoed Voice off for 60, then you can do your 120, that's 180 damage. That is a lot of damage being done. And even if your Toucannon still gets knocked out, you can just throw in your Tauros and Horn Attack, and that'll take it out. And then you can switch them or do whatever you please. But yeah. Now optional trainers. Let's go down here. Pretty much, once I say this, one Sycamore and one Kukui could be swapped out just to help you retrieve your special energies. Because those special energies, your DCEs, if you get knocked out, that's why there's 4. There's not 3, there's not 2, there's not 1. You get knocked out and you don't have any DCEs, it's not impossible, but it's definitely gonna be a challenge to getting those cards again, to getting the amount of energy you need to. That's where Scorched Earth comes into play. You can discard and hopefully get another DCE, but if you can't, you're gonna need to attach, because though 2 colorless energy is a great energy cost for an attack, and 2 colorless energy is what, like, people use DCEs for that. You can still set it up fairly quickly, but the problem comes in if they have, they just keep crushing hammer, and granted that does go against DCEs too, but if you're trying to set up and they just keep taking you down, it's not gonna work. With the DCE, you attach it, you're good to attack. With 2 normal energies, you attach 1, they can crushing hammer, boom. You're done. And then you gotta attach 2 more in the next 2 turns. You guys see what I'm saying? So it's definitely better to have the DCEs up, and you're gonna need to get them back. That's what I'm saying. And now, I was gonna say, I should take a look at, here, it's, okay, Pick a Peck, Rock Smash, flip a coin if heads is attacked, I believe it's 10 more damage. So you can do 20 with Pick a Peck, not much. Trumbeak, Bullet Seed, I'm pretty sure that's 20 times. Flip 4 coins, does 20 damage for each heads. You can end up doing 80 damage as a stage 2. That is definitely gonna be good to get ahead. And though, like, multiplication attacks aren't, or times attacks aren't that great because there's no guarantee of any damage for the matter, but flipping 4 coins still gives you a pretty good chance to get about 40 damage off. And when you're fighting cards like Lunology-GX, Solgaleo-GX, NE-GX, NE-EX, you're gonna need that high damage, especially because we have the main focus can get to 180 in 2 turns on a card. 180 is enough to kill most EXs, but some GXs and some EXs, like Wailord, it's not enough to take them out. It's definitely a challenge. And then you can go for Beak Blast. You also have the risk of burning them, which is great. So what I say you can do is you get off 1 Echoed Voice. You try and get 2 Echoed Voices off. But if you can, try and get 2 Beak Blasts off if you have enough energy over top before you get to the Toucannon. So you have your DCE and 1 fighting. Go for the Beak Blast, and then go for another Beak Blast. Because that'll be 200 with 2 times the chance of having them burned. And even if you get 200, they're still alive, they have 220 health, they're burned, they're pretty much screwed over. They can't do anything about that. And burns and poison, trust me, because it's happened before, especially during the Plasma era with poison. That was a really big thing with Hypnotoxic Laser and Verdinant City Gym, I'm pretty sure. Poison was huge, and you could do, with certain cards, like 40 damage a turn with poison. That is really, really terrible. 40 a turn with poison, then they get to attack, and then 40 after. You're not surviving 2 turns if they have a good enough deck. Like if they use, I'm gonna tell you a quick story. I used to run Blastoise Deluge. That was great. I love that deck. That's when I mainly started playing Black and White era. Blastoise Deluge with Keldeo. Oh, that was my favorite deck to play. I loved playing that. And I played someone that also ran a Blastoise Deluge. They ran a Hypnotoxic Laser and Verdant City Gym, and that's what caused me to lose my match. We were evenly matched. We had pretty much the exact same deck. But because he had his modified and that poison was hitting me for about 40 per turn, and then Blastoise Deluge is a powerful deck, I was getting hit hard every turn. And there's no way you could rebound from that because just that extra little bit of damage is doing way too much to you. So after that short story, burn them if you can. That's my lesson. So that's your strategy. Another strategy you can do, which is not the one I recommend. What I recommend is you have your Tauros up front, taking the damage, and if you need to, absolutely take him out Mad Bull or Rage. And you have your Toucannon. You got to set them up quick. You have to set these guys up quick because Pick-a-Peck 50 HP and Trumbeak 80. It's not terrible, but it's not great. It's gonna get knocked out if you don't set it up. Toucannon, you have to get that set up quickly. So then you go for your Echoed Voice or your Beak Blast, whatever you can get to first, because Echoed Voice you can get 180 in 2 turns. Beak Blast you can get 200. What I don't recommend is going with Echoed Voice first, then next turn Beak Blast, because that's only getting 160 and then 180 at most. Oh, sorry, keyboard problems there. But I recommend either doing 2 Echoed Voice or 2 Beak Blast. Don't interchange them unless you know you're going to knock them out. Then don't interchange them, okay? That's my plan. And you lead with Tauros-GX if you can, or switch into it just so it can take the damage. What I don't recommend doing is stalling with your Toucannon and setting up Tauros on the bench. Why would you? There's a 4/4/4 Toucannon line. So why would you use the Tauros as your main attacker? You could. You can have it go up, take the damage for Rage. When they think they're about to knock you out, you switch them in. If you're poisoned or burned, you switch them in. Have the Toucannon take that, get rid of your condition. Then next turn after they attack, you can retreat your Toucannon, send in your Tauros, do heavy damage. I strongly discourage doing that. Main thing you should do the first strat I said, Toucannon. So this deck was an idea when I was looking through a deck list, not a deck list, a set list of Pokemon Sun and Moon set, and I got inspired by the Toucannon. I was originally going to add the Stoutland in here, but I thought no, because it runs on 3 colorless energy for 50, and then next turn your opponent does 50 less damage, I'm pretty sure, which is really good, but 3 is the least it has. So I felt with Toucannon you can get a DCE right up in there and you can start hitting them hard. Anyway guys, that's been this video. I still gotta say, I gotta express my gratitude. Thank you so much. Over 300 views as of this video being recorded on my Lunala-GX Mega Mewtwo Y EX video. And you guys have given me feedback about the Bruxish, because I told you guys the Bruxish is what I was unsure about. And I got some feedback, thank you. You guys know who you are. So if you're new to this, or let's do something different. If you're already subscribed, like the video, comment down below. Tell me how I can improve this deck, what changes can be made, if an entirely new deck could be made around this concept. Let me know, and maybe I'll do one. And what also you can do is share this with your friends. Share it with other YouTubers. Because I've been doing this new channel for not a long time, just about a month and a bit. Yeah, a month and a half or so. I got 6 subscribers. I got over 300 views on one video. For me, that is insane, being at only about 6 subscribers. Only 5 or 6. But if you share, the more people that view my videos, that gives me more will, I guess, to make more videos. I'll make more deck text. I'll have more viewer feedback. Basically, nothing bad for me can come out of you sharing this video with other people. So definitely share with others. Man, this video is going to be really long. But if you stayed here, thank you guys so much. If you stayed to the very end. And if you're new here, if you've been shared to this video, subscribe, helps me out a lot. Like this video if you enjoyed, and comment down below. Tell me some constructive criticism you got. Anyway, guys, this has been Hitmonchanting, and I appreciate so much how much support you guys have given me. And until the next deck tech, see you later. Bye bye.